गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे जय राधा गोविंद राधे जय राधा रमण राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। श्री एकादशी तिथि की जय। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Over to you for Mangalacharya.
Mataji, thank you very much. We'll start the class. Today's lesson is 151. Before that, let me recite the invocation prayer starting with Guru Pranam. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं तजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जेतां सुरतो पंगुर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्भोजौ राधामदनमोहनौ दिव्याद्वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमः श्रीमद्रत्नाङ्गरसिंहासनस्थितौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवौ पृष्ठालिविसेव्यमानौ स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थित कर्शनवेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. Now we'll offer our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नमने गौरतिसे नमः. O most magnificent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. कृष्ण वर्णम तिसा कृष्णम संगोपांगोस्त्रपार्षदम यज्ञ संकीर्तन प्रायेरयजन्ति सुमेधसा. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. नाना शास्त्र विचारण के निपुणों सद्धर्म संस्थापको लोकानां हितकारिणो त्रिभुवने मान्य शरण्यकरौ राधा कृष्ण पदारविंद भजनान आनंदेन मत्तालिकौ वंदे रूप सनातन रघुजुगौ श्रीजीव गोपालकौ. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiret. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नष्टिकी. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. With this, I welcome all the devotees to the today's session. Today we'll be studying lesson 151. But before that, let us have a recap of the previous lesson which was covered last week. That is lesson 150.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, in the last lesson 150, Maharaj Nimi is asking a very important question to one of the Nava Yogendras, and this time it is Sri Karabhanjana. So, what question is Maharaj Nimi asking to Sri Karabhanjana? My first question is, what question is Maharaj Nimi asking to Sri Karabhanjana? About what he is inquiring? Anybody remembers?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Go on, Dipti Mataji.
Your mic is off. Yeah, no. Yes, now it is all right.
Sri Karabhanjan was asking Nimi Maharaj to...
No, Nimi Maharaj was asking Sri Karabhanjana.
Nimi Maharaj was asking to Sri Karabhanjan about the names, forms and modes of worship in different yugas of Sri Hari.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So, there are 4 yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. And Maharaj Nimi is asking to Sri Karabhanjana, what are the complexions and names, forms and modes of worshipping Lord Sri Hari in different yugas? So, what is The color of Lord in Satya Yuga.
White in complexion.
Yeah, radiant white. And in Treta Yuga?
Vibrant red.
Red.
Vibrant red.
Vibrant red.
Yes. And Dwapara and Kali Yuga?
Blue, deep dark blue in the Dwapar Yuga and resplendent golden Kali Yuga. In
Color
Kali Yuga.
in-
Golden Kali Yuga.
Okay. So different forms, different colors in different yugas. What does they? Why is Lord changing his form in different yugas? For what? And what is the purpose for that?
Lord is adapting to the necessity
Yes.
of the yugas.
Yes.
And is the yuga avatar.
Yeah. For that particular yuga, what is required, he is adapting to that. So what changes in different yugas so that he needs to get adapted?
There are different forms of worship, different psychological persons were having different attitudes and situation was different. So they
Correct.
were adapting.
Yeah. The consciousness of the people is constantly changing in different yugas. So what is the purpose of Lord by doing that, like trying to adapt to that particular uh, gentry of that particular yuga? What is the ultimate objective of the Lord?
Ultimate objective of the Lord is to drive people to spiritual path and make them
Yeah, to develop a meaningful relationship so that he can become more deeply connected to the devotees of that particular age. So that is his objective. Now let us come to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's version of this particular point. Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur is also highlighting one more point over here in the divine incarnations of different ages. What is his commentary? What is his viewpoint? Other than adapting to the different yuga, one more point he is highlighting.
He said that the worship remain accessible to all and
Yes.
preserving the continuity of dharma.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Dipti Maharaj. That was wonderful. Okay, so next we come to the other very important point is that devotional service is the gateway to liberation. So why is, which is, first tell me which is the most, best age to realize God and to establish a divine relationship, a beautiful relationship with Lord, which is the best age of all the yugas?
Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, what is so significant that it is important yuga?
Sankirtan moment.
Sankirtan movement. So in compared to other yugas, what happens in other yugas?
A lot of perseverance was required in Satya Yuga.
Yeah.
It was although the age of persons were 1 lakh, but they were taking much time to achieve that which can be achieved in lesser time in Kali Yuga,
Yeah.
Sankirtana movement.
So can we say that Kali Yuga is full of opportunities, gives more amount of opportunities compared to other yugas?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yes. And it shows the
Okay.
path. It shows the path.
Yeah, it shows the path. Yes, Mataji, you were revealing one point.
Nityasakhi Mataji was telling that.
No, I guess Harsha
Path
Mataji
to
was saying.
enlightenment.
Yeah, I was saying they were showing the path of liberation. It guides us to the path
To whom?
of liberation, towards
To
liberation
whom?
and spirituality. To Lord.
No. Path. It is
To,
showing path
to,
to liberation. To
To
whom?
us devotees
to
who
his
seek
devotees.
to seek his mercy, who seek his
Each and
mercy.
everyone. For each and
Each,
everyone.
yeah. So the best part of Kali Yuga is Lord is attainable by all, irrespective of his background, his caste, his qualification. Lord is available to all, provided one wants to develop a relationship with him. So now let us come to the transformative nature of Bhakti. What is the main important quality that is required in devotional service? The most important quality.
Surrender, to surrender.
True surrender. And what does surrender do?
Sharanagati.
Yeah, it is Sharanagati. One takes, one takes the support of Lord in everything. Like he gives himself to Lord. So what happens when one completely surrenders to Lord? What is
Lord
the
helps.
It helps in developing deep personal relationship between devotee
Yes.
and divine.
Yeah. And
And
how does
and the devotees who surrender to the Lord gets liberated from obligations to the demigods, from seeking their obligations and
yes.
from the worldly duties, seeking
And the
refuges.
Yes.
surrendered devotion gives path to liberation from the shackles of the material existence.
Material
And,
existence.
Yes, and the Lord protects his true seekers, true
Yeah.
devotees, always protective.
Correct. Always. So devotee becomes no
Faithful.
matter what the challenges, devotee becomes first thing that happens in devotional service when the devotional service is true and Lord accepts it. How does the devotee become? Fearless.
Is fearless and
Fearless
faithful on
because he
devotees.
knows that he will always be protected. Okay, now what is the role of how does sadhu sangha help in devotional service? What does it give? Like if I am in sadhu sangha, what do I get?
It increases spiritual growth, and
Yes.
one gets encouragement.
Encouragement. Perfect.
Yeah.
It gives you a supportive environment. It gives you motivation, sense of belonging that I am not alone, other people are with me. Otherwise, one can easily fall, right? If one is alone, it gives lot
And the
of
individual gets shared experiences.
yeah. Different people have different experiences, so he gets more and more faith out of that.
And gets the
Okay, so
sense of sport also he gets.
support, yes. So Kali Yuga is brimming with opportunities and it gives most amount of opportunities compared to other yugas. And this shows the power of divine mercy. We see the power of divine mercy in Kali Yuga. How?
And,
I'm not practicing bhakti alone. I'm practicing bhakti in sadhu sangha. And in what mood?
in motivating mood
Asanudas,
and
complete humility. Yes.
yes,
In
humility.
the mood of complete humility, I'm practicing devotional service. So when I'm practicing devotional service in complete humility, what happens? My ego is destroyed. That is a very important obstacle to overcome. Yeah.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
thank you. So those were as per the BBT purports. Now Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. First point we've already completed. Second point is worship practices in each yuga. What is the worship practice in Satyuga?
Meditation and yoga.
Meditation, yoga, Treta.
Treta, renunciation and tyaga.
Yagya, yeah. Sacrificial rites,
Hmm.
yagya. And renunciation in Dwapara.
Ganga and
Yeah, puja part in Dwapara Yuga and in Kali Yuga,
Sankirtana.
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 Perfect. So, why is the worshipping practice changing as per the Yuga? Same
Necessity.
point that,
As per the need of the individuals, as per because God, Krishna wanted is accessible to all, and he adopted his nature according to the needs of the society. So,
yes, adaptation.
Yes.
Adaptation is one point, and then it like spiritual. A very important point is the spiritual expression is very dynamic. It is not one-sided, or it doesn't have just one aspect. It is very dynamic in nature, and it adopts like religious observances also should be adaptive as per the yuga. So that's why worship practices are changing in different yugas. So now bhakti is the like most important way of worship in Kali Yuga, right? So what does bhakti offer? What happens in bhakti? What is it giving? What does it offer?
It offers direct path to liberation.
Direct path to liberation. And mm, then what happens? Like, is a Vaishnava only seeking mukti? What is the best important point of bhakti, which is highest above everything, every other mode of worship?
The individual gets self-realization and divine mercy.
Yeah, as what? That he is what?
Krishna
Krishna
love for
prema.
Godhead.
Love for Godhead. Love for Godhead. He establishes a very deep relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I
And
audible,
the
Mataji?
role of... Yes, Prabhuji. Prasad Prabhuji, little bit you're audible.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
driving.
I'll go ahead. Yes, we can hear you, but we can still hear you. Okay. So the role of association with the devotees is was already mentioned to give like it is supported by shared devotion and collective practice. Let's go ahead. Mercy of the Supreme Lord. So, what makes Lord most merciful?
Lord
What
is
do
very compassionate.
compassionate? How?
Yeah. According to, because he protects, even if the devotee tries sincerely, then the Lord
Gives opportunity.
mercy,
He gives
gives
opportunity,
mercy.
right?
Hare Krishna, Mother.
Regardless of the past
Yes,
karma.
yes.
He is
Okay,
equal
yes.
to everybody, and he is also compassionate towards the fallen soul.
Yeah. He is compassionate to the most fallen souls
Soul also.
in Kali Yuga. Yes, Radhavinath Prabhuji, you wanted to
Yeah,
add
the
a point?
same thing. It's accessible to everyone, unlike in Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, right? So Treta Yuga. So God is compassionate, mercy is freely given to everyone. And procedure is
Yeah.
comparatively simple, like a chanting his name, right? So also
Yeah.
like Satyuga meditation, like 30,000, 40,000 people used to meditate, Dwapar Yuga, Havans and all those things. Then the Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, again temple worship, but procedure is also simple that way. So Lord
Yeah.
has made his life devotees much easy
Yeah. In
compared to
different
other.
yugas, he is making worship,
Yeah.
making himself accessible to all. That is what you're trying to say, right?
Right.
And instead of giving
Yes.
punishment to the devotee, he always tries to give
Give,
opportunity to lift up themselves.
yes. Yeah. In the form of redemption, in the form of, by practicing bhakti yogas, he would shed the burden of the karmas of his devotees. Okay, and the last not last, the concept of surrender. What is the true concept of surrender? What is exactly doing surrender mean?
Surrender is
Two words.
it
Two words.
liberates.
Just
Okay.
no.
Is
What is if I'm surrendering, what am I doing? Two things I'm doing.
To throw away one's ego.
principle of
Yes.
bhakti.
To throw away ego
Ego and to
and
be
material
Yes, to throw away
concerns.
one's ego and to rise above
And
material
material.
concerns. Yes, thank you so much. Dipti Mataji, Harsha Mataji, correct answer. And Kali Yuga is the unique opportunity. It is the best opportunity. We've already seen this. So let us see the exalted status of, this is the conclusion of this lesson. Exalted status of devotion. Why devotion is most exalted?
Because it is the ultimate benchmark of spiritual evolution, regardless of one's past karma.
How?
When the devotee sincerely tries to seek Lord, then Lord also is very merciful, regardless of his past karma. So
Yeah. So
he's
kitna
always
bhi fallen one soul is, no matter how much fallen you are, you in devotion, what am I doing? I'm giving my heart to the Lord, and I'm approaching Lord with a lot of love and devotion. Yeah. So that is automatically I'm purifying myself. Yeah. So that so no matter how fallen you are, if you're practicing devotional service, you can get rid and reach the ultimate liberation and also develop love for Lord. So that is the exalted status of devotion. Then very quickly, 5 minutes I have. I'll just quickly just go through in brief these points. Why is Vatsalya Rasa, you know, why does Vatsalya Rasa transcends conventional worship? Very nice participation. Give me some 5 minutes more of participation, please.
it is a deep expression of devotion.
Yes.
It's a deep
Such as
expression of
you can give
love
the
and
example of
affection
Devi and
instead of servitude.
Yeah,
That-
it is surpassing servitude. Servitude में क्या होता है? Whatever you say, I'll do. I'll follow the instructions. In Vatsalya, you're not just loving the Lord, you're caring about Lord, you are worrying about Lord. And being humans, we are worried about the future of the Lord, because we are in Vatsalya Rasa. So such a deep emotional connect is there in Vatsalya Rasa. So it is surpassing. So it is a very unique relationship. Okay, transformation of power of love of Lord. See, very less practices have transformative power. But love of God is the ultimate, the only source wherein transformation really happens. Why? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन सिर्फ भक्ति में ही होता है, बाकी सब में होएगा, that will be temporary.
Yeah, Lord reciprocates with our, our
We are not
devotion.
expecting
So
anything.
that, that's where the
Yes, Prasad.
connectivity is
Yeah.
established.
Okay, yes. Yes, sorry, Prabhuji,
Hare
I'll just,
Krishna.
yeah.
We are not expecting anything from Mataji. Yeah. So in other parts, you have expectation. Yeah. But here not expecting anything. So the transformation is going to be very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And what did you say, Prabhuji? Radha Vinod Prabhuji, what did you say? I missed your point, sorry.
I was reiterating that there's a connection between Lord reciprocates. So that's what we build a faith in him. That is the unique of that. In other process, we do perform our activities and wait for Lord's grace. But here, Lord reciprocates in every step of the way.
Yeah, he intervenes in your life and he
Yeah.
gives that experience of love like back.
Love.
Correct.
So a
Correct.
devotee is
And
always
that
The
blissful.
reason is,
correct.
yeah,
We
the
have faith and that
reason is
transforms
like you
our
say,
love for him. Transformation
Yes.
yeah.
is not a one-way traffic. It's also lots also reciprocates and facilitates that process.
Yeah. So correct.
Just like how a child depend on a parent, father or mother completely, devotee is completely depend upon the Lord.
Yes. So you also covered the point of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that it is more beyond just a dry relationship. It is a more fulfilling relationship. Okay. So now let's come to the, thank you so much, both of you Prabhujis. Then nature of liberation. How is the nature of liberation? Last 1 minute.
Liberation is a state of loving engagement with Krishna. Even devotees and as well as demon also find liberations.
Yes. So nature of liberation is that both demon and devotees can, opt for liberation by connecting to whom?
To Lord, to Krishna.
To Lord Shri Krishna. And by what? By doing genuine devotion and
having enemical behavior also, they get.
Fixing their mind and thought on him.
Fixing mind and thought on him, and also by disengagement from the material realm, by practicing more and more detachment. Okay. And the divine mercy and accessibility we've already covered. And the last point I'm concluding, the role of humility. This point comes in each and every slide. The role of humility in devotion. Now here, what is the role of humility? Very, very important 2 points are mentioned over here, A and C.
It is a very important element for spiritual growth and deep connection with the Lord.
And who is showing this? Like who? In this case, whose humility we can see?
Vasudev's humility, in spite of his eminent position, he was very
Yes.
humble and trying to understand Krishna's son as per the advice of Narada Muni.
Yes. Yeah. So 2 points. One point is here. One point is there in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. One is that in pure devotional service, a person, no matter what his eminent position is, a true devotee will always be humble. Like Vasudev ji is the father of Lord Krishna. He's not saying, "अरे बाबा हम भगवान तो हमारे बच्चे हैं, हमको कुछ नहीं करने का. We are liberated." But no, he is understanding in the taking the guidance from Narad Muni in humility and demonstrating his true humility and practicing it in his life. And also, like one has to a neophyte devotee or a fallen soul, by practicing pure devotional service in the mode of humility, can achieve the highest state. Yeah. So basically, the different forms of the Lord, why they are different in different ages, what are the different practices in different ages, and how to develop pure devotional service, what are the ingredients required, and the role of humility and true surrender. This was chapter 150. I hope I'm on time. Prabhuji, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank you all the devotees for participation. Just 1 or 2 points before I start the class. Charu Prabhuji will be attending little late because he is in a meeting. And regarding tomorrow's class, tomorrow lesson 6 by Prema Mataji and recap by Nityasaki Mataji. And on Sunday is lesson 152 by me and recap by Prasad Prabhuji. And also tomorrow evening 7:30 to 8:30 the webinar which in which Charu Prabhuji has requested all of us to attend. If you have got time, please attend. The link, everything has been given. So with this, let us start. Let me share this slide. Okay. Now this is lesson 151. This is chapter 6. And the heading is the Yadu dynasty retires to Pravasa. The Yadu dynasty, they were residing where? They were residing in Dwarka. How many people were there in the Yadu dynasty? The Yadavas, Yadus were 56 crores. And we have learnt earlier how many teachers were there, how many crores of teachers, servants, everybody, and there were trillions of people. Now, here in this chapter, that is chapter 6, describes how Brahma and the other demigods, they came to Krishna and requested the Lord to return to his own abode. And here also, Uddhava, he anticipated separation from the Supreme Lord, that is Krishna, and he was also distressed, and he prayed to Krishna that he might accompany him on his return to that abode. But Krishna, he told him to go to Badrikasrama and pass on the knowledge he has given to the rishis. And there he also gives the instructions to him, which is also known as Uddhava Gita. That we will be learning from chapter 7 to chapter 29th of the 11th canto. Now, what is happening here? Krishna, he took birth in the Yadu dynasty, and Krishna, he performed the highest welfare work for the entire universe by displaying his transcendental pastimes. And as we know, simply by hearing and chanting about these pastimes, we, the persons of Kali Yuga, can definitely cross over the ocean of material illusion. And when the Lord has fulfilled the purpose of his descent, and the Yadu dynasty was facing imminent destruction from the Brahmana curse, the Lord desired to wind up his pastimes. Now, here please remember that Lord Krishna, he did not destroy the Yadu dynasty in a quarrel and all that, which we will learn later. As given in the Sandarbhas, we have studied, it was just a lila only. He wanted everybody to go back to their original places. Then, with this in aim, what happened? Terrible disturbances were seen there in Dwarka. Then Lord Krishna called together the wise members of the Yadu dynasty and reminded them of the Brahmana's curse, which we have studied earlier. And Krishna convinced them to go to Prabhas Khetra, where they should save themselves by the performance of ritual bathing, charity, and many other activities. And the Yadus, in obedience, they followed what Krishna had told them, and they prepared for their journey to Prabhas Khetra. Upon seeing and hearing the Lord's conversation with Yadu dynasty, Uddhava approached the Lord in a secluded place, offered him obeisances with folded hands, and expressed his inability to tolerate separation from the Lord. And he begged Krishna to carry him to his own abode. Now, but as I told you, Krishna told him to go to Badrikasrama. Now, how the chapter starts, I will give a brief in about 10 minutes or so that you can understand the slides properly. Now, it starts with Sukadeva Goswami saying that Lord Brahma, he came to Dwarka and he was accompanied by his sons as well as the other principal demigods and the great Prajapatis. Even Lord Shiva was also there. Then also in his company, Lord Indra was there, the Marutas, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Ashwinis, the Rabus, Angiras, the Rudras, the Vishwadevas, Sadhyas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, everybody, they arrived in the city of Dwarka, hoping to see Lord Krishna. Because please remember that if somebody comes to Dwarka, he can see Lord Krishna. That is not true. If Krishna wants to show himself to that person, then one can see. Now in that city of Dwarka, which was rich with all the opulences, and the demigods, they saw the wonderful form of Lord Krishna. Then the demigods, they covered the Supreme Lord with flower garlands from the Nandanvana they brought, and the demigods, they started speaking. They said, they addressed him that our Lord, advanced mystic yogis striving for liberation from the bondage of material work, they meditate with great devotion upon your lotus feet within their hearts and dedicate their everything. Now you engage your illusory energy composed of the three modes of material nature and maintain the universe. And now you appear to be situated in the interaction of the modes of nature. However, you are totally free from that. You are not affected by the modes of material nature. In fact, you are directly engaged in your own eternal spiritual bliss. They also said that the great sages who desire the highest benefit in life, they always cherish the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord in their hearts, and their hearts get melted by the love for the Supreme Lord. And they also said that those about to offer oblations into the fire of sacrifice in accordance with the various Vedic processes. They also meditate on your lotus feet. And you are so kind to your servants that you have accepted the withered flower garland that we have placed on your chest. And since the goddess of fortune makes her abode on your transcendental chest, and they said that you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the transcendental entity, and who is superior to both the material nature and the enjoyer of the nature. And you are the cause of creation, maintenance, destruction of this complete universe. And the original Purushavatara, the Mahavishnu, acquiring his creative potency from you, creates the whole universe. And they said that you are living with 16,108 beautiful aristocratic wives, and by their irresistible smiling glances and by their lovely arching eyebrows, they send you messages, but they are completely unable to disturb the mind and senses of your lordship. Then thereafter what happened? Sukadeva Goswami is continuing in this chapter that after Brahma along with Lord Shiva and the other demigods, they offered the prayers. The Lord addressed them. He said, then Lord Brahma, the first addressed, he said that previously we requested you to remove the burden of the earth, and now that the burden of the earth has been removed, please go back to your original abode. And they said that you have re-established the principles of religion along with pious men who are always firmly bound to the truth. And descending into the dynasty of Yadu, you have manifested your unique transcendental form, and those pious and saintly persons in the age of who in the age of Kali hear about these your transcendental activities and also glorify them will easily cross over the darkness of the age. And they said that there is nothing remaining at this time for your lordship to do on behalf of the demigods. You have already withdrawn your dynasty by the curse of Brahmana. Now you are, please be merciful to us. Then Lord Krishna, he said that I understand your prayers and your request, and having removed the burden of the earth, I have executed everything that was required on your behalf. And the very Yadav dynasty in which I appeared became greatly magnified in opulence, especially in their physical strength and courage, to the extent that they threatened to devour the whole world because nobody is there in the whole universe to fight with them. They are so powerful. Therefore, I have stopped them just as the shore holds back the great ocean. And if I were to leave this world without withdrawing the overly proud Yadavas, the members of the Yadu dynasty, the whole world would be destroyed by the deluge of their unlimited expansion. And now, due to Brahmana's curse, the annihilation of my family has already begun. Thereafter, Sukadeva Goswami says that Lord Brahma and the other demigods, they offered their obeisances and they returned to their places. And thereafter, Lord Krishna observed that tremendous disturbances were taking place in Dwarka. And thus the Lord spoke to the assembled senior members of the Yadu dynasty. He said that our dynasty has been cursed by the Brahmana, and such a curse is impossible to counteract, and thus great disturbances are appearing everywhere. Therefore, all of you please go to Pravas Kshetra, and there you take bath, you offer sacrifices to placate the forefathers and the demigods by feeding the Brahmanas with various delicious foodstuff. Like this, he instructed them. Then Sukdev Goswami, he said that um, thus advised by the Supreme Lord Krishna, the Yadavas, they made up their mind to go to that holy place, Prabhas Kshetra, and thus they yoked their horses to their chariots. Then let us see what is given in this slide. The Yadu dynasty retires to Pravasa. The first point is the divine request for Krishna's return. Now the passage illustrates how Brahma and the other demigods, after offering heartfelt prayers, earnestly beseech Lord Krishna to return to his celestial abode. That I told you. The supplications not only acknowledge Krishna's unparalleled divine authority, but also signify the completion of his earthly pastimes. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkutam. He had completed his task, therefore he has to go back. This was very, very clear. Now, this poignant theme highlights the humility and profound devotion of the demigods. The demigods, they are in a much higher position than all of us, but still, at the time of their need, they being very humble, they come to the Supreme Lord to pray to him and guide them, who, despite their elevated status, turn to Krishna in reverence. Their request embodies the understanding that Krishna's presence is essential for maintaining cosmic order. Nobody else other than the Supreme Lord can manage the affairs of the universe, and his departure delineates a monumental shift in the universe. Now, this narrative underscores the concept of divine hierarchy, accentuating Krishna's supreme role within the cosmic framework. It elucidates the intricate relationship between the divine and the celestial beings, that is, the demigods, affirming that all entities, no matter how powerful, ultimately depend upon the supreme being. And this dynamic encourages deep reflection on the nature of devotion and the recognition of higher authority central to spiritual practice. And then Krishna's withdrawal of the Yadu dynasty. Now, this passage compellingly unfolds Krishna's deliberate decision to orchestrate the withdrawal of the Yadu dynasty, directly linked to the impending destruction foretold by the Brahmanas curse, as well as having honoring the Queen Gandhari's curse on his dynasty. When her all the sons were killed, she also cursed that let Yadu dynasty be destroyed like this. And this act signifies the completion of Krishna's divine mission and reflects the cyclical nature of his pastimes. This is cyclical. Why? Because they came, they stayed, they went back, and again in another day of Brahma, all these things will happen again. This is cyclical. And by facilitating the Yadu dynasty's exit, Krishna poignantly reminds us of the impermanence of existence and the inability of change. Now, this change is very, very necessary in the whole society. If anybody would have read Arnold Toynbee's study of history, he says a very great thing, very important thing. He says in the last many thousands and millions of years, many civilizations have perished from the surface of the earth. And why? Because they did not adapt to the changes. That's why when required, the changes should take place in the society. Otherwise, the society will not exist. And this is what Krishna has done to the society about 5,000 years back. And this action illustrates the profound influence of divine will over the course of events and underscores the importance of fulfilling one's dharma or righteous duty. A cornerstone of Vedic philosophy. We have to do our righteous duty, that is dharma, as per the Shastras. And this theme powerfully emphasizes life's transient nature. The life is transient, it will be there for some time, then everybody will get finished. and divine purpose that govern creation and destruction. Everything is being everything is happening as per the wish of the Supreme Lord. That's why creation takes place, destruction also takes place. It embodies the belief in divine timing, where every action transpires precisely at the right moment within the grand tapestry of existence. Moreover, it invites contemplation of sacrifice, duty, and the acceptance of divine will, encouraging devotees to align their lives with higher purposes of the cosmos. Our only duty is to perform devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Then the next point, the Yadus being too powerful to be annihilated by earthly powers. There was no earthly power which could have destroyed, which could have fought with the Yadus. They were so powerful under Krishna's able guidance. Krishna recognized the immense power and strength that the Yadu dynasty had attained, rendering them virtually invincible against the earthly threats. Their capabilities were extraordinary, making them seemingly unbeatable by conventional means. And such overwhelming strength posed a serious risk to the balance of the cosmic order. Krishna did not want to leave them and go alone. If the Yadus remained on the earth, their might could endanger disruption, potentially leading them to challenge or overpower other beings, including the demigods who had initially called upon Krishna to relieve the earth's burdens. And by orchestrating their withdrawal, Krishna safeguarded against the further conflict and imbalance in the whole world. This was the reason why he decided to take back the Yadu dynasty. And this narrative beautifully encapsulates the principle of divine intervention in preserving cosmic harmony. To establish harmony in the material world, divine intervention takes place, and this is one of the reasons we should learn the delicate balance of the universe. Krishna's decision exemplifies that even the most formidable beings, like the Yadus, must ultimately yield to a higher purpose. They should go back to their original places. It reveals the profound truth that true strength lies in recognizing one's role within the divine plan rather than merely displaying power. Displaying power has nothing to do. One should know why he has come, what is his role in this material world, and after that, he should go back. And overly proud of their invincibility, the Yadu dynasty, overwhelming pride in their own strength, fostered a dangerous sense of invincibility. The arrogance overshadowed the essential principles of humility and service, crucial for spiritual development. This is a very, very important point. And they were under control because Krishna was there. He was guiding them and they were following him. And once he leaves, Krishna didn't have faith on them. That's why he had to take them back. And such unchecked pride could lead to catastrophic consequences, disturbing the delicate balance of dharma and paving the way for their downfall. Krishna understood that unchecked pride often results in fall, distancing beings from their true nature and purpose. They would forget why they had come here. By facilitating their withdrawal, he aimed to preempt their descent into hubris and impart a vital lesson that the perils of excessive self-importance is bad, and the divine intervention, it takes care of that. And this theme powerfully cautions against the dangers of pride and the critical necessity of humility and service in one's spiritual journey. That's why we have been talking about this point, humility everywhere. It serves as a profound reminder that true strength and greatness emanate from devotion and service, not arrogance. Krishna's actions illuminate the importance of self-awareness, urging all beings to remain grounded in their spiritual practices. One should never forget them, regardless of their capabilities and achievements. Next, facilitating purification and spiritual transition. how Krishna advised them go to Pravasa. Now Krishna passionately urged the Yadus to engage in rituals at Pravasa, recognizing it as essential for their spiritual purification before their departure from the earthly realm. And by immersing themselves in ritual bathing, acts of charity, and other sacred practices at this revered site, they would elevate their consciousness and prepare their souls for the inevitable transitions awaiting them. As it is, they are the Jivas only, they are not the Supreme Lord, but they are his companions, they are permanent companions, perpetual companions. The rituals were profound means for the Yadus to shed the material attachments and pride that had accrued from their immense power. And by embracing the sacred practices, they aligned themselves with spiritual principles, ensuring their readiness for the transition they lay ahead. And this was the reason why they were advised to go to Pravas Kshetra. And this underscores the belief in the vital role of ritual and devotion in spiritual life. You have to follow the rituals and devotional service. It powerfully illustrates that even the mightiest amongst us must engage in acts of humility and reverence to maintain a connection with the divine. If we want connection with the Supreme Lord, then we have to remain humble and we should remember what is our dharma. And Krishna's brilliant design for a dignified departure in steering the Yadus toward Pravasa, Krishna strategically orchestrated a serene and dignified exit from the world. The rituals would create a structured environment for introspection, allowing them to reflect on their lives, acknowledge their devotion, their surrender to the divine will without strife. What would happen? Would happen because of the divine will, and they respected that. And this intentional approach enabled Krishna to safeguard against a tumultuous or violent end which their powerful nature might have otherwise invited. Instead, a ceremonial farewell would honor their legacy, preserving the sanctity of their exit, how they would depart from the material world. And this notion elevates the process of death and transition to a sacred practice. It emphasizes that all beings, irrespective of their stature, should face the end of life with profound reverence and mindfulness, facilitating a graceful transition into the next phase of existence. This is very, very important before living the lives. One should follow the principle of the Yadus, how they went, did so many rituals, and prepared to go ahead. Then the imperative of humility, Krishna's encouragement for the Yadus to engage in rituals at Pravasa delivered a powerful message on the essential nature of humility, even for those wielding great power. This is very, very important. They were so powerful that nobody could conquer them, nobody could defeat them. Still, they were subservient to the Supreme Lord. And with great humility, they accepted Krishna's words. Next point, by participating in those rituals, the Yadus would confront their inherent dependence on Krishna and the divine order, countering any tendencies towards pride or false sense of invincibility that they might have adopted. Anybody more powerful, if even if he was ordered by Krishna, would not have ordered. Like there are so many people who did not obey Krishna and they had to meet their and accordingly. And this illustrates the invaluable lesson for all devotees. True strength and nobility emerge from humility and devotion. These are very, very important. Humility in one's conduct and devotional service. One should practice, emphasizing that acknowledging one's limitations and yielding to the divine is crucial for spiritual ascension. we should remember that we also have our limitations in everything, that therefore we should always depend on the Supreme Lord. And this aspect reflects the principle that true strength and nobility lie in humility and devotion. It serves a lesson for all devotees that acknowledge one's limitations and surrendering to the divine is the okay. Then upholding cosmic order, Krishna's guidance in those matters was also a deliberate effort to maintain the delicate equilibrium in the cosmos. If the Yadus were left behind, then there could have been disturbance in the world, which Krishna did not want. The impending dissolution of the Yadu dynasty, stemming from their arrogance and unchecked power, needed to unfold in a way that preserved the universe overall harmony. And this reflects an understanding that divine intervention is essential to uphold dharma, signifying that even the greatest beings must humbly submit to the higher order. By orchestrating their rituals at a sacred location, that is Prabhasa, Krishna ensured that their departures would carry profound purpose and reverence, thereby mitigating any potential disruptions to cosmic balance. There would not be any problem in maintaining balance in the material world. And this is what happened after Krishna left, after the Yadus left, there was no disruption. And this reinforces the crucial understanding that divine intervention is vital for maintaining dharma, illustrating Krishna's pivotal role as the upholder of universal balance, bringing a comforting sense of security to all. That's how security is brought in by divine intervention. And in conclusion, Krishna's multidimensional plan for the Yadus to partake in rituals and pravasa was driven by a commitment to purification, humility, peaceful transition, and preservation of cosmic order. And through these deliberate actions, Krishna not only guided their spiritual journey, but also imparted profound lessons on devotion and the very essence of existence, creating a deep, impactful educational narrative. This was learning for all, and we should learn from that. Next, the divine manifestation and perception. The text conveys the fervent longing of the demigods to gaze upon Krishna. They wanted to see Krishna, that's why they came, showcasing his unparalleled form that transcends all conventional divine manifestations found in the material realm. He is most beautiful, most powerful, and he has got all the qualities nobody has got. And this theme strikingly highlights the extraordinary allure of Krishna, drawing a clear distinction between the divine forms familiar to demigods and the sublime beauty of the Supreme Lord, which enchants even the celestial beings. The demigods, they are very much proud of their own status, their own beautiful forms, and their qualities. They don't regard the human beings as their equals. But in front of Krishna, they had to bow their heads. And it emphasizes the true essence of Supreme Lord's form. It surpasses material perception, asserting that genuine realization of the divine necessities, unwavering devotion, and heart purified through love. We should practice devotional service, that is loving devotional service. Why? To purify our heart. And with our purified heart, we will be able to see the Lord's actual nature, actual form, otherwise not. And power of devotion, power of devotional service, the heartfelt prayers of the demigods echo their profound devotion, revealing that pure devotion attains spiritual purification not through material achievement, but through earnest faith in Krishna. What is most important is we should have total faith in Krishna. We should be total surrendered to the Supreme Lord. And this contrast between reliance on superficial material piety, that is piety of the demigods, and the embrace of pure devotion powerfully illustrate that bhakti is the paramount path to liberation. Bhakti means what? Devotional service to whom? To the Supreme Lord. It passionately affirms the preeminence of devotion over material ritualism, championing heartfelt surrender to the divine as the ultimate vehicle for spiritual growth. Therefore, what we should do? We should always surrender ourselves to the Supreme Lord. Okay, we can have a 2 minutes break, and in that, you can ask any questions if you have, or any comments you have. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Sharat Prabhuji. So nice chapter, nice things are there. Only one thing I can connect it. Why he sent to Prabhasa? I had been there. Just because before they go, they have to purify, right? So nicely God takes care of everything. So before their departure, they have to prepare themselves. You know that was the word in
Yes.
themselves. So for that they have to purify because most of them they appear from heavenly planets, right, Prabhuji, from above.
Yes.
Yeah. So they have to prepare. You know, one material they were contaminated. They are ego. They are part of the Lord's, and they have all those qualities as a kshatriya. So they have to give up, and that is what they went to Prabhasa. Right? They gave a gifts and they bathed there, and so many rituals they perform. It's a nice narrative. How Lord, minutely monitors everything, right? So everything
Yes.
is well planned, organized, and just to make sure that there's no disturbance, right? Otherwise, another point I can see that they will be powerful, more powerful than demigods. I think that's what the word came. So Lord was not only worried for all that earthly people, kings or other people, but he was also worried they may try to dominate the demigod, and that way the whole cosmic order will be displaced. Right? That was very nice provision. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Is my voice is good, Prabhu? Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Okay. Hope my voice is good, Prabhu.
Yes.
Okay, so some of the Yadus went to Prabhasa Kshetra, but some of them did not go. Is the thing, Prabhu, here?
Maybe all of them, they obeyed, we said, all of them, they obeyed what Krishna said, and they went to Pravas Kshetra.
So if everybody has gone to Prabhasa Kshetra, then what is gone? What happened is, okay, the sea came, and then the Dwaraka has immersed into that sea. So nobody would have died, right? Nobody would have killed. Nobody is killed. All Yadus were saved by staying in Prabhasa Kshetra. Is a conclusion, Prabhu, then?
No. It was, they had to go back to the spirit, to their own places, and this was just a pretext. It was a drama only. Later on, we would learn that they fought with each other, they killed each other. It was not actually like that. This was just a drama, so that honorably they would leave the material world and go to their respective places. That is what actually it is. More elaborately, it is described by Jiva Goswami and the Rupa Goswami, and that is what is the basic meaning, and more of it we'll learn in the next
So
half of
they
the
fight
class.
each other. They fight each other at Prabhasa Kshetra. I'm confused, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, they fought each other at
They
Prabhasa
killed each
Kshetra.
other.
Not at,
Basically,
they killed each
Killed
other at
each other.
Prabhasa Kshetra. Not here, not in Dwarka.
No,
Yes.
not in Dwarka. That is very
not
true.
in Dwarka.
Okay, because everybody has vacated Dwarka and moved to Prabhasa Kshetra. Over there, they are taking bath, and then they were doing some auspicious activities. Okay, and then at the end, maybe they fought over there and they killed over there, not in Dwarka. And
Yes,
after everybody started leaving, see, Krishna also started leaving that particular place.
yes,
And
yes.
then he went to Uddhava, and then over there, Uddhava Gita happened. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Then
So
he instructs.
in parallel, Krishna has left, and then this particular material world, and maybe before that or after that, Yadus also left by killing themselves in Prabhasa Kshetra. Correct?
Yes, yes, that is true.
Okay, understood,
Okay,
sir.
let us go further. The illusory energy and transcendental reality. Now, the text delves into Lord's engagement with his illusory energy, Maya. Now, Maya, you know how many types of Maya are there? There are three types of Maya. One is the Traigunya Maya, that is the Sattva Raja Tama, which influences all of us in the material world. That is one Maya. The other Maya is known as Vaishnavi Maya. And there is still a third Maya, Vaishnavi Maya. This is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then the third is Swa Manamohini Maya. That means the Maya which actually moves even the Supreme Lord, and that is Srimati Radharani only. Okay, accentuating that while he oversees material creation, he remains entirely untainted by its influences. Unlike what the Jnanis, the Mayavadis say, that the Lord gets covered by a Maya also, that is not correct. The Lord is never touched by Maya. What the Mayavadis, they also say, when Krishna had come 5,000 years back, all his avatars, they are all made of Maya. They are, he is not made of the transcendental matter. He is material. That's what they say. But we should know that he is never even touched by the influences of Maya. And this theme profoundly reveals the divine's relationship with the material world, illustrating how the Supreme Lord governs creation while residing in a realm beyond the limitations of materiality. He lives far away, but still then he is very near to us. Still then he conducts each and every event of this material world. He controls. It compels contemplation on the nature of reality, distinguishing between the transient nature of material existence and the eternal, unchanging spiritual truth, inviting practitioner to elevate their consciousness beyond material encumbrances through devotion. And the whole thing, everything is telling us to practice devotional service. That is the only way to transcend Maya, and there is no other way. The burden of pride and humility, the passage serves as a poignant reminder of the Yadu dynasty's pride and the necessity of Krishna's intervention to avert their potential self-destruction. And this theme acts as a compelling caution against the perils of pride even amongst the virtuous. This is a very bad quality one should not have, pride. If somebody thinks he is, say, very powerful, he is very rich, it is because of what? For some time he is rich or powerful or whatever he may say, beautiful or anything, it is because the Lord has given that person for some time. It is not permanent. One is not likely to remain permanently rich throughout. Like this, highlighting the critical importance of humility in acknowledging one's place within the divine hierarchy. It powerfully conveys that even those closely connected with the divine must cultivate humility. Those Yadus, they were interacting with the Supreme Lord every day in his assembly. And such people also, they must cultivate humility. This is what is the teaching. As pride can lead to ruin, even while also illustrating the Lord's protective nature over his devotees and the integrity of creation. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. This was the seventh. Okay. Okay, go to the next slide. The transitional nature of material existence. And the text addresses the imminent departure of the Yadu dynasty, underscoring the shift from earthly life to spiritual realm. Many of them would go to the spiritual world, many of them would go to the Swargaloka like this. The vital theme underscores the transient nature of material existence. We know it very well that any life in this material world, including in the heavenly planets, that is transitory. It will be for some time only. It is very less time in the earth. In the the world of the demigods, it is much greater than that. In Lord Brahma's realm, it is much more than that, like this. Now it reinforces the profound truth that material life is ephemeral, encouraging practitioners to forge lasting connections with the divine. We should connect with the Supreme Lord, that is the reason, rather than becoming ensnared by fleeting material attachments. All these material attachments, they are temporary, they are not going to live forever. But our attachment with the Supreme Lord, this will remain forever. This will never die, this will never diminish. Now, purification through association and sacred places. The text highlights the transformative significance of visiting holy places like Pravasa, where acts of devotion can catalyze purification and spiritual liberation. Like we are speaking now, before going, they were required to be purified. And this theme powerfully underscores the importance of engaging with the divine through sacred association and pious activities as keys to transcending material bondage. It reflects the deep-seated belief in the transformative potential of sacred spaces and communal worship, asserting that physical proximity to the divine significantly enhances spiritual progress. The importance of the sacred places, they are very, very important. That's why we should plan to visit them sometime or the other and associate with the sadhus there. And in conclusion, this theme, this thematic elements collectively weave a rich negative narrative about the interplay of divinity and human experience, firmly grounded in the teachings of the Bhagavatam. The Supreme Lord, He is always watching us. He is trying to help us, and we should always follow His instructions as given in the Shastras. Each theme magnifies the central role of faith and elucidates the dynamic relationship between the divine and his devoted followers, inviting all to embrace profound journey of devotion. There is nothing more than devotional service. We should know that. And the divine manifestation and incarnation, this passage powerfully emphasizes Krishna's incarnation within the illustrious Yadu dynasty, showcasing his extraordinary transcendental form as a direct embodiment of divine presence on earth. He came and took birth in the Yadu dynasty, And Brahma and the other demigods, deeply awed by Krishna's divine essence and purpose, recognize his unparalleled manifestation. And this theme is pivotal, underscoring the profound significance of divine avatar and Krishna's descent to restore dharma and alleviate the burdens of the world, reflect humanity's deepest hope for divine intervention. But please remember that this was not an incarnation. Incarnation means he takes some other form. But here what happened? Krishna himself in person came here. But in our terminology, we are saying it is incarnation. Krishna incarnated. But that is not so as per that term. It vividly illustrates Krishna's God's active role in human affairs. There is a role of the Supreme Lord in everything we perform, everything we do in our everyday life, in our complete life. There is a role of the Supreme Lord counteracting the impersonal perspective found in certain philosophical traditions like the Mayavadis and affirming his personal interest in the welfare of creation. He is interested in the welfare of his whole creation and the nature of worship and devotion. The prayers of the demigods illuminate diverse forms of worship, highlighting the absolute necessity of sincere devotion. They were sincere devotees and they were performing it very nicely. They point to the lotus feet of Krishna as the ultimate focal point for meditation and reverence. Though many were many years older to him, still then everybody knew that he is the Supreme Lord. They obeyed his orders. They always did what Krishna wanted, and they were very much respecting the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. And this theme is crucial, revealing the profound relationship between the divine and his devotees, emphasizing that humility and heartfelt devotion are essential to the spiritual journey. In our spiritual practice, in our devotional practice, these two things are very important. The Bhakti tradition celebrates personal devotion to God as the most effective pathway to not only liberation, standing in stark contrast to more ritualistic or intellectual approaches, but also leads to the ultimate goal of cultivating love of God. What is our aim in life? Our aim in life is to satisfy the Supreme Lord and establish or have our love for the Supreme Lord. And how that will come? It will come by His mercy only and by no other means. That's why our aim should be to satisfy Him, do things for Him. Okay, we go to the next slide. That is the last slide. Illusion, Maya, and reality. This passage delves into the concept of Maya, portraying how Krishna, even while engaging in the material world, remains untouched by his limitations. Maya could not touch him ever, whereas it touched the Yaduvanshis. Understanding this theme is vital for grasping divine's nature as distinctly separate from material realm. Here, in the material world, what in Gita Krishna says, Mama Maya Durattaya. It is very difficult to avoid Maya because Maya will attack anybody and everybody. But it does not touch the Supreme Lord. It remains behind him, emphasizing Krishna's sovereignty over the modes of nature. Therefore, the modes of material nature, Sattva, Raja, Tama, they have no effect on the Supreme Lord. It invites reflection on the crucial distinction between the spiritual and material worlds, asserting that true enlightenment arises from recognizing the illusory nature of material existence and aligning oneself with divine consciousness. We should remember that this material existence is illusory by nature, and therefore we should align ourselves with the Supreme Lord. How? by practicing devotional service or loving devotional service. The burden of dharma and cosmic order, Krishna is depicted as the ultimate maintainer of cosmic order. He is the ultimate maintainer, nobody else, addressing the earth's burdens and necessity of orchestrating the departure of the proud Yadu dynasty to restore equilibrium. Anything goes wrong in the cosmic order, the Lord comes or sends some of his representatives to set it right. And here, when he found that the Yadu dynasty may be a danger to this existence in the material world, he planned to take them away by some means, by some honorable means. And this theme is profound, illustrating the concept of dharma, righteousness, and the divine essential role in affording justice and order within the universe. The Lord always intervenes at the correct time. Like here in Kali Yuga, you'll be reading in, you'll be learning in Canto 12 what all bad things will happen, and thereafter to restore order in this material world, the Lord will come. And it powerfully emphasizes the shared responsibility between divine and mortal beings in fostering cosmic harmony, reflecting the interconnectedness of all entities within the moral and ethical framework. All creations, everybody in the material world, they are interconnected. That's why we should work as a community and we should work for the Supreme Lord to satisfy him. And here I come to the end of today's class. Now we have got more than 30 minutes for discussion of any of the points which come from you or your comments or any questions. Thank you very much. And how is Vrindavan?
Yeah, yeah, very nice, Prabhuji. Enjoying Vrindavan. Today is Ekadashi, and
Yes.
I went to my Guru Maharaj Samadhi here, and after visiting temple and other Goswamis temple. So that was my target today, and get chant there. Go and sit and chant. Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, right? Their samadhis are also there here.
Yes, yes,
My
yes.
Guru Maharaj Samadhi is there, Srila Prabhupada Samadhi is there. What else we need on Ekadashi day? Such a
Yes.
wonderful so Prabhuji, question here, like we are seeing the destruction of Yadu dynasty. So there are men and women. So let's look at the men. So we say everybody didn't go to the Prabhasa Kshetra. We see we don't hear about Ugrasena. We don't hear about Vasudev. We know about Uddhava. He didn't go there. So it is not that everybody was sent there. So
Uddhava also went there, na? Uddhava.
he went, but he didn't fight there. But, so how to see that?
Yeah. The only person left behind was Uddhava only.
And what about Ugrasen and Vasudev?
If it is not very clearly given anywhere, but all of them they left. They were not heard thereafter.
Yeah, we didn't hear. And then coming back to all that women, we heard that he is all 16,100 those. They were brought to.
Yes. They were brought by the Arjuna, but en route they were stolen by Krishna only.
Yeah.
All these are leelas. And finally, they reached, and they were that story how they chanted the names of the Lord, and Uddhava appeared, and he told them Bhagavatam in 30 days. All those things are there thereafter. Yeah.
So second Prabhuji, because I visited 4-5 weeks back to Dwarka, I saw that. So one thing is, this is a Prabhasa Kshetra, which is close to Somnath temple, right? That is
Yes.
where Uddhava Gita was spoken. At the camouflage of there are 3 rivers. They meet. I could see that. And So we see also Krishna concludes his pastime, Lord Balraman concludes his pastime at that place. But the fighting it is a close. There's a place I forgot that it is a outside the Dwarika. That is there's a place where there's a temple where they all those this Yadus came and they fought each other. So my understanding is it is not in a near Somnath temple. That is where the fighting took place, but there's a place outside the Dwarka and somewhere I don't know how big is the Prabhasa. There's a temple dedicated where that fight took place.
How far is Pravas Kshetra from Dwarka?
It is almost 150 or 60 kilometer.
Yes, then when they obeyed, they came to Pravas Kshetra, they could not have gone back thereafter. It would have happened somewhere there only.
Somewhere there. Yeah, because that's a holy, that camouflage of three rivers meeting. Triveni Sangam is there, and the Som temple is there, and that is the really auspicious. So I think that is what my also confusion is there. One place they mentioned is near outside Dwarka, maybe 30-40 kilometer. Another is this is where we see Prabhasa Kshetra. That is where Lord also left his completes his lila. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
प्रभु जी ऐसे भी कह सकते हैं कि हम कि शंकर सोमनाथ इज द प्लेस ऑफ लॉर्ड शिवा, तो अंडर द केयर ऑफ लॉर्ड शिवा ऑल वेंट टू their respective homes.
Yes. Lord Shiva is the number one Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
He also helps the devotees. Please remember that we cannot progress in our spiritual practice without the blessings of Lord Shiva also. That's why Shivaratri is coming 2 days after. We have to do that Vrata also, Shivaratri Vrata, even though we are Vaishnavas, because we are doing it for a Vaishnava, not as demigod Shiva.
Yes, Prabhuji, very true.
That has to be understood very, very nicely by all of us. So please remember that if some people say, what about the Yadus? They drank liquor, they fought with each other, killed each other, and they were destroyed. That is actually not the actual thing. This was just a drama for them to go back to their original places. And this was orchestrated by Krishna. And why he did this in very great detail we saw, because they were so powerful, they had no equal in this material world. And Krishna did not want to leave them because that would have created a lot of trouble. Because after some time, as it is, they are human beings only. They are jivas. They would forget everything and destroy everything, including they will conquer the demigods and do things like what the demons do. All these things, for all these reasons, he wanted them to go back before he himself leaves. That's why this drama was done. This is the gist of what we have learned.
प्रभु जी, ये जो लीला है उसमें हम समझ सकते हैं कि जो डिवोटी है और जो नॉन डिवोटी होते हैं उनका पूरा पूरा कंप्लीट उनका थॉट्स अलग होते हैं, क्योंकि वो अपने वो हिसाब से देखते हैं मटेरियल, जो भगवान को मटेरियल फॉर्म में देखते हैं कि भगवान भी हमारे जैसे ही है, तो उनके लिए ये लीला है कि भाई भगवान भी देखो ऐसा किया, भगवान को भी जाना पड़ा, भगवान का भी ऐसा हुआ। मगर जो डिवोटी है वो एक्चुअल मीनिंग समझ सकते हैं।
Yes. Like the other day, we were talking about Lord Buddha. Why he came and he said certain things which are not in the Vedas. Actually, one of the major reasons was he wanted the non-devotees to go away from Sanatana Dharma. So that was the main reason. So this has to
Yes,
be.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. All these people who are
That's
not.
why Lord Leela's is a very, very Guhyatam.
Yes. They are very difficult to understand. Yes.
Hare
Any other
Krishna
question
Prabhuji,
or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Correct.
Pranam.
There are three
Correct, Mother.
of Maya, that is gunas, three gunas, and Vaishnavi and Manmohini. Vaishnavi and Manmohini, what is their impact? Triguna, we understand. Raj, Sattva, Raja, and Tamaguna.
Yes.
And that Vaishnavi Maya, what is the effect?
Vaishnavi Maya, if you understand Yoga Maya, it is like that only. There is another name that is the Vaishnavi Maya.
Yes, that name.
This word is also used in very many places. And the third one is one which deludes Krishna. By seeing Srimati Radharani, Krishna forgets everything. And what is that name?
योग माया प्रभु जी कह सकते?
No, that is Manmohini Maya, Swa Manmohini Maya. Yeah, they are all similar, but it is not that we are affected by Maya. Krishna is also affected by Maya. That form of Maya is different.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Any other question or comments?
Correct.
Yes, Prasad Prabhu.
Yeah, the question, Prabhu. Prabhu, they are direct sons and grandsons of Sri Krishna, Prabhu. How can they become proud? How can they become, don't listen the instructions of Krishna? That I'm not understanding, Prabhu. That is the question I've been having by some time.
These are all drama. In drama, so many things happen, they are not correct. It is like that. You are very correct.
I didn't get it.
How can the descendants of Krishna behave like that? That is very true. But these are all plans. They are given in the script. That's why the actor has to act like that.
Okay.
There is no other reason.
Okay. But they never behaved anything like that.
What?
They never behaved like that before.
Yeah. That is very true. Like Samba acting like a pregnant woman like this. They were acting because it was in that script only. Because unless how could this be planned for the Yadus to return to their respective places? Any other question or comment?
That's why Lord is called as a Natvar, perfect planner, perfect role actor.
Natvar. Who is Nat? Nat is Lord Shiva only. And Natvar is head is Krishna only. Why Shiva is known as Nat, you know? Anybody?
No,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
This is
Doing Tandava dance. Because he was doing Tandava dance, that is why he is known as Nata.
No, not Pandava. What happened? Shiva, he married whom? First, then she died in the
Sati.
Savitri, Sati Savitri.
Sati.
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 What happened? To get Sati, he dressed himself as a dancer and went to her house. And he danced so well that Daksha Prajapati was very much satisfied. And he said, ask me what you want. Then he said, I want to marry your daughter. Then he got enraged. He said, how can you ask for this? Then he told him to go away like this. There are stories like this also. That is Shiva only. And Natavara is Krishna. He is the head of that. He is much more than Lord Shiva.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
The way we call the word Amebazna.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, like how you said that Lord Krishna told the Yadus to go to Prabhas Kshetra. Is there any message for us? Is there any particular like more meaning to that? Like for us, like during our like before dying, it was suggested to go to this place. So any
Like,
other lesson for us, regular
okay,
people? Like
what basically the meaning, what meaning it is giving that at least at the end of our lifetime, and if we know that our life is coming to an end, then we should always try to go to a place of pilgrimage, like all the seven holy places, Vrindavan, Mathura, Ayodhya, Kashi, Kanchi, like this. All these places, and there are many, many more also. There are millions of them. So the meaning is that we should go and not go as a traveler, but go as a devotee, associate with devotees there, and don't perform anything against devotional practice there. Like there are so many rules to be followed when you go to these holy places. You should not hurt anybody, you should not injure anybody, including a tree or any insect or any animal there, and you should not cause any grief on any human being there, and you should follow all those things. Otherwise, dhamma aparadha one is going to commit, and that is not very good. So that is what is the teaching to us. But we do not know when our end of life is going to come. That's why whenever we get an opportunity, we should go. Like Radha Vinod Prabhuji, now he is in Vrindavan. Sanjeev Prabhuji is coming to Jagannath Puri. Like this, whenever you get a chance, one should go there, stay there for some time, and that is required. But the very speciality of Vrindavan is, even if you do not do anything, you don't take the name of the Lord also. You just eat and sleep. That is also known as devotional service. In the 64 Angas of Bhakti, it is given by Rupa Goswami. So that is the speciality of Vrindavan, and in other places, yes, you have to take the name of the Lord. Don't do like this.
प्रभु जी अगर मन से भी हम उनको याद करें तो भी अच्छी बात है ना प्रभु जी। अगर जो लोग बहुत जा नहीं पाते हैं यात्राओं में, तो वो मन से तो जुड़ सकते हैं ना प्रभु जी।
Okay, like we say, even if you are not going to Vrindavan, you have not been able to go, you should create a Vrindavan in whatever place you are there. But what is the actual meaning of that? The actual meaning is you should think so much of Vrindavan, of the Leelas of Radha and Krishna, that you are always staying in Vrindavan, even though physically you are staying in some other place. It is not that you remember Vrindavan sometime, and you should not think that I am in Vrindavan. That is not the thing. You should think continuously of the Leela, what Krishna would be doing doing there now in the Ashtakalya Leela. What is he doing? What he would be? Where he would be? And all these things. If you think of about him, Radha Krishna throughout the day, throughout Vrindavan, then you are, it is as good as staying in Vrindavan only. That is what is the actual meaning.
ये ओके प्रभु जी।
Thank
Prabhuji,
you, Prabhuji.
long time back, you had told us about Mansi Yatra, no? Vrindavan Parikrama.
Yes, Manusi Seva. There is one book on Manusi Seva. The other day I was telling you about Krishna Das. He is a very, very prominent saint of Vrindavan, but he took place, his place of birth is in Odisha only. And there is a book in Hindi. I have got that book. It gives how this is to be done. And that is the only authority. There is no English translation of that book. It gives what is the process and all that it gives.
प्रभु जी, ये वही है कृष्णदास जिनके भजन आते हैं शिवा के ऊपर भी, हनुमान के ऊपर भी?
No. He is very, very old.
Okay.
He is very famous in Vrindavan.
Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji, on Mansi Seva, in ISKCON, at least my Guru Maharaj and others say that, it's not normally for us. It is meant for basically to those advanced. For example, if you are doing, Arti, and very much attached to that, and someday for some reason you are not able to perform, so you can do that. So it should not be that, I will not do anything, I'll just do Mansi Seva, like I don't want to cook for Lord, I don't want to do any devotional service. And if you think that you can do Mansi Seva, I think my understanding is that that is not accepted. We have to do, sadhana bhakti, and only for those devotees, those are Raganuga, or they are in a higher level, it's meant for them.
You are very, very right. There is no question, and it is very scientific method, and it cannot be learned just like that. It has to be learned from the Guru. But just for learning, for knowledge sake, what it is, one can read the books. But what you said is very, very right. Like Mansi Seva, if one excels in that, if one gets qualified in that, then you know what will happen. Sitting in your place, you'll know in each temple of Vrindavan which color dress the Lord is wearing.
Yeah.
What is happening. And please remember, there are enough people, even today, they excel in this. But there is a process, scientific process in that. I am just telling the normal knowledge of what is Mansi Seva. And we cannot do Mansi Seva like Raghunath Das Goswami and all that.
Yes.
So that is out of question. And and if somebody thinks by reading a book one will know Mansi Seva, that is not possible. They are very high level things, and this is just for general knowledge only.
Yeah. So, Prabhuji, I was just listening. Yeah.
सेवा,
Yeah, go ahead.
मानसी सेवा कैसे हम थोड़ा भी अगर हम जितना भी कर सकें, कैसे कर सकते हैं?
There is a set down procedure for that, and there are pre-qualifications. All that most of us do not qualify for that. But yes, suppose one is admitted in the hospital, he or she is in the ICU. What do you do? You cannot go, you cannot do, even they don't allow you the chanting bits also. That time, if you are in senses, please do this. And you remember the Lord. Okay, the Lord is in the so and so place. He is wearing such and such things. He is wearing such and such dress, and he is to be offered this and this. All these things about him only. And this is just a layman's suggestion, because I am also not qualified in that. I have just read that book to some extent, not fully also.
Okay, pray कर सकते हैं बस. Only pray we
Yes,
can
yes.
do.
Yes,
We
yes.
can meditate na Prabhuji. Till last breath we can remember Lord and Dham places. So we can meditate, no? In the
Yes,
morning.
but just by remembering that is not Mansi Seva. Mansi Seva is much more than that. And whatever is offered in Mansi Seva, the Lord accepts.
Actually,
And there is no limitation. Like you are offering food to the Lord. Suppose you want to offer in a golden plate or anything that is possible in Mansi Seva, whereas in physically it is just not possible only. So those things, but it has got a process which has to be learned scientifically from a qualified teacher.
Prabhuji, in CC, there was who Brahmachari was the,
Mm-hmm.
in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yes.
So, yeah, as Mahaprabhu was about to come, he saw and he served, and he saw that Mahaprabhu is not going ahead now. Who was it? What was it?
I didn't understand the question, Mataji.
That was Darshan Das Brahmachari. Darshan Dev Brahmachari. So he was like able to, through Mansi Seva, he was able to figure out ki, okay, what path will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come. He could build only up to that. Then his vision could not go beyond that. So then that only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that. And also in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, I think Jiva Goswami gives an example how one Brahman does Mansi, he offers the ghee. And then somehow he touches and his finger burns, then actually he's weak. And also Jiva Goswami, I think you only told Sarah Prabhu, right? One time this first time that one time he was not feeling well, he had upset stomach, and then the doctor says that maybe you ate a lot of kheer, but everybody knows he eat only this much. So then he said, in my mind, I was afraid. So, but that is very exalted, yeah. Very exalted.
Yeah, yes.
Prabhuji, on that point also, I was just hearing Premanand Maharaj Ji gives a very nice, he said that there was one person, he was a very rich merchant, but kanjushi, he doesn't want to spend anything. He was doing Mansi Seva, and Lord was accepting. And then the time comes that in a Mansi, he adds extra spoon of sugar. And he was thinking, why did I waste my 1 spoon of sugar in the mind? And Premanand Maharaj says that Lord comes and gives a slaps to him. Arey, you are not offering directly, but you are thinking in the mind. And in the mind also, you are so conjuicy, you are not doing. So the reason he says that Lord accepts, but that dedication is also required, for that type person. My Guru Maharaj, I remember, that's what I mentioned also. Those people who do deity worship on time, they do all those things, and some reason they miss it, they can do that. One of the example they mentioned, there could be others also. So it's not meant for us or plan for us. If you can do physical service, it is advised that we should do that path only.
Yes.
Yes.
Like Bhaktamal writer Navadas, there is a story how he, as a small boy only at 10 years of age, standing near his guru, he could know what was going in the mind of his guru. So that is, they are such exalted personalities. It is, they did not learn, they have already learned in their previous lives. So these are the things, they are just for our knowledge, not for practice by reading the books. That is not possible. But please remember, even common people, those who have not studied anything or staying in some place, they have also excelled. I know the stories, I am not telling you. The stories I have heard from very authentic sources. If you excel in that, then you will be in just Mansi Seva of the Supreme Lord. If you excel, then any day you can make out in so and so day somebody will come to me, my house at so and so time. He will come by bus or by train or by air or which thing, everything will be known. It is such a great thing. But that expertise is held by not very many people. Okay, any other question or comments? If no question and comments, then we can conclude today's class with the Nrsinga prayers.
Yes, Prabhuji. May I request Nitya Sakhi
Yes.
Mataji to do the Nrsinga prayers?
Yes, Nitya Sakhi Mataji, please.
Mataji, you are there, right?
Haribol,
Yes, Mataji.
can I start?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Praladaladaini, Praladaladaini, Hiranyakashi Purvakshah, Hiranyakashi Purvakshah, Shilatankanapalaye, Shilatankanapalaye, To Nrsinga Parato Nrsinga, To Nrsinga Parato Nrsinga, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrsinga, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrsinga, Vahi Nrsinga Hridaye Nrsinga, Vahi Nrsinga Hridaye Nrsinga, Narasinga Madhyam Sharanam Prapade, Narasinga Madhyam Sharanam Prapade, Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanusika Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Nrsingadev 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 Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Narahari 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 Jaya Narahari Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jai Shri Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai. All glories all His Grace Charuchandra Prabhuji and Prabhuji. Thank you Prabhuji. All Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everybody. Then we meet tomorrow morning,
Everybody, thank you so
Indian
much,
time.
Prabhuji, for the wonderful.
And tomorrow evening, 7:30 to 8:30, 1 hour, the webinar of the Charu Prabhuji. If you have got time, please attend. And I suggest we keep our videos also on, because there will be other people also. That will be very nice. Thank you very much. Then we close down for today.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.